A very good morning to all of you. Hope all are doing fine. We have ended our drama in Act 1 and Scene 3 up to line number 60. We were at a very interesting stage. We got introduced to the most powerful character of the play, that is Shylock. We have seen Bassanio was in need of a loan of 3,000 ducats and he approached Shylock taking the name of Antonio as a guarantor. Though we have seen there was a very grave hostility between both the races, Jews and Christians, Shylock is still in a dilemma whether to give the loan to Bassanio or not. So we have also seen Antonio just entered the scene, and let us proceed afterwards. Antonio: Shylock, albeit I neither lend nor borrow. Shylock: although I neither lend nor borrow money, by taking nor by giving of excess, by taking another man's surplus money or by giving my own. Yet to supply the ripe wants of my friend, yet in order to supply the immediate need of my friend Bassanio, I'll break this custom. I am ready to break the custom. Bassanio, is he yet processed? Is he informed? How much do you want? Means here Antonio is asking Bassanio, did you summarize everything to him? Did he know how much do you want? Shylock: Hey, 3,000 ducats? Yes, 3,000 ducats. Antonio: and for 3 months. For 3 months. Shylock: I had forgot. 3 months. I had forgotten. It was 3 months. You told me so. Right? Well then, your bond. And let me see. Well then, it's your bond. But let me see, let me consider. But hear you, let me listen to your words. Methought you said you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage. I think you have just said neither you lend nor borrow for a high amount of interest, right? Antonio: I do never use it. Yes, I never do so. Shylock: when Jacob grazed his uncle Laban's sheep, when the prophet Jacob looked after his uncle Laban's sheep, this Jacob from our holy Abraham was. This Jacob was descended from the holy Abraham, as his wise mother wrought in his behalf, as his shrewd mother schemed on his behalf. The third processor, he was the third. So he became the third owner of the family. And yes, he became, and his mother helped him. Before you proceed with these lines, you should know a story. The story from the Genesis. In the Genesis, Jacob was the son of Isaac. And what was his mother's name? His mother's name was Rebecca. The name of his grandfather was Abraham. So according to the law, Isaac's eldest son the name was Esau, will inherit the property after Isaac. But here Isaac's wife and Jacob's mother, Rebecca, decided to play a trick so that Jacob can inherit the property instead of Esau. Once Isaac was aged and blind, he decided to bless his elder son Esau before he died. So he sent Esau to hunt for some meat and make meal for him. And after that, he will receive his blessings. Now, Jacob's mother played here a different role. She overheard everything and she sent Jacob to find two goats so that he can make delicious broth for Isaac and can get his blessings. So after making the broth, he went to who? Jacob went to Isaac. Isaac somehow suspect this voice is not Esau's, but nevertheless he decided to bless him, and as a result Jacob inherited the property instead of Esau. This was the story. There was another story, that is another reference from the Bible. Jacob actually served his uncle Laban. They entered in an agreement. Jacob will receive as many lambs as he found spotted or striped. Okay, so here what Jacob did, he arranged a wooden rod in that a manner during their breeding time, so that the shadow should fall on them and they should look striped or spotted. Consequently, he owned maximum number of lambs. So these two examples are presented here. Now Shylock is referring to that Jacob, either the Jacob from the Genesis or the Jacob mentioned in the Bible. So what is his purpose of mentioning these two Jacobs? Let us discuss. Antonio. And what of him? Did he take interest? And what about him? What do you think? Did he take interest? Shylock. No, not take interest. Not as you would say. No, he did not take interest. Not as you will use the word direct interest. Mark what Jacob did. But think what Jacob did. When Laban and himself were compromised, after Laban and he had agreed that all the unlings which were striped and paired, that all the newborn lambs which will be striped or spotted should fall as Jacob's eye. So they all will come under Jacob's share as his payment. This was a way to thrive. Now this was the way to succeed. And he was blessed. And he was blessed in doing so. And thrift is blessing. And all profit is blessing. If men, it's still not. If man, do not steal that. So you can understand, he is referring the illegal means to have money. Shylock knows whatever he is doing, that should not be considered as legal. Then also he is referring the example of Jacob, who actually played something very dangerous upon his uncle, and by this illegal way he finally became successful in having all the lambs under his share. So he is saying that the profit will come to the man only if he knows how to steal it. So by this you can understand, he does not believe in following the fair means. Rather he knows by going through this illegal ways he will be successful. Antonio. This was a venture, sir. That was a matter of chance, sir, that Jacob served for which Jacob was served. I think not in his power to bring to pass, and all it was a thing which his power could not cause to happen. So it was not Jacob's power which helped him in order to get those, but it was a matter of chance which served Jacob, but swayed and fashioned by the hand of heaven. But all it was controlled and influenced by the god. Was this inserted to make interest good? Did you imply the story to refer that charging high interest is good? Or is your gold and silver ewes and rams? Or what do you think? Your gold and silver as worthy as ewes and rams. So you are comparing your gold and silver to the ewes and rams. Ewes are the female sheep. So you are just comparing these two. You don't have any base to compare this to actually. And according to Antonio, Jacob has no role to play. It was the role of the God, and he played, and that is why, as a matter of chance, he won. There is nothing called his power that helped him in owning those. Shylock, I cannot tell. Maybe I make it bread as fast, but not me, senior. Maybe I can make the money multiply as fast as ship, but not me, senior. But listen, sir. Antonio, mark you this, Bassanio. He's telling this to Bassanio. You just mark this, Bassanio. The devil can cite scripture for his purpose. The devil can quote the quotations from Bible in order to justify his own means. An evil soul producing holy witness. A bad man producing holy arguments. Is like a villain with a smiling cheek. He is like a villain with always smiling face. A goodly apple rotten at the heart. It's a very famous speech by Antonio. All of you are asked to underline this. So a nice looking apple that is rotten from inside. Oh, what a goodly outside fleshhood hath. Oh, what a fine outward appearance falsehood has. Shylock, 3,000 ducats. It is a good amount, round sum. 3,000 ducats, it is a good substantial sum. 3 months from 12. 3 months out of 12 will make the year. Then let me see the rate. Antonio, well, Shylock, shall we be beholding to you? Well, Shylock, will you oblige us? Will you please help us? Shylock, Senior Antonio, many a time and oft. Sir Antonio, many times. In the Rialto you have rated me. You abused me in the Rialto. About my monies and my usances. About my money and my money-making practices. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug. I have shrugged my shoulders and endured it patiently. For sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. For endurance is the characteristic of all our people. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog. You call me non-believer and a murderous dog. And spit upon my Jewish gabardine. And you spat on my holy Jewish coat or robe. And all for use of that which is mine own. And all because I use my own money to make interest. Well then, it now appears you need my help. And now it seems that you are in need of my help. Go to then. You come to me. All right then, you come to me. And you say, Shylock, we would have monies. Shylock, I need money. You say so. What should I say to you? You that did void your room upon my bed. You tell me this, and you spat upon my bed, and foot me as you spurn a stranger cur, and kick me as you often kick a dog, a stray dog. Over your threshold, out of your house, monies is your sweet, so your request is for money. What should I say to you? What should I say to you? Should I not say? Shouldn't I say? Hath a dog money? Does a cutthroat dog have money? Is it possible? Is that possible? A car lent 3,000 ducats. A dog, is that possible for a dog to lay 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low? Or should I bend to my knees? And in a bondman keys and in a slave stone, with bated breath, with lowered voice, whispering humbleness, and in a humble whisper, I should say, fair sir, good sir, you spit on me Wednesday last, you spat on me last Wednesday, you spurned me such a day another time, you kicked me then, another day you call me a dog. For this courtesies, because of all these acts of humbleness or politeness, I will lend you thus much money. I shall lend you this much money. So here we have seen how much ferocious Shylock has become in the scene. He is, reminiscing all the insults that has been spun upon him by Antonio. Antonio called him a cutthroat dog. Antonio often spat on his Jewish long coat. Antonio often mocked him and his way of practicing money. So in all these ways, he was terribly insulted by Antonio, and the ball is now in his court. He has got the opportunity to lend this much money to Antonio. So, and the evil means that is going at the back of his mind, that is, if he is unsuccessful in repay me back, then I know what to do. What to do? As we have learned in the first lines of this Act 1, Scene 3, he wishes to cut a pound of Antonio's flesh from the nearest of his heart, right? So he is having this evil thought in his mind, and he is praying that he should become unsuccessful in paying me back. And while actually the time comes to lend him that much money, he is actually recalling all the insults for which he is very badly inflicted, right? So we have read up to line number 124 in today's class. I will not proceed further. Just the scene has become very interesting. Please do read and do not stop reading, because this is the only way to decode or decipher the meaning of the speeches. And in every line, in every word, you will get to see symbolism. So it's very it's very important to just read line by line with the explanation. You will get the explanation in your material section. Please go there and download that. I'm trying my best in order to decipher. If you still have any problem in understanding anything, just feel free to mention. I'm always there to solve all of your problems. Okay, so this much for today's class. We'll meet in the next class. The weather is not favorable. Take special care of yourself and everyone around you. And okay, then let me take your leave for today. We'll meet in the next class. Have a great day ahead. Thank you for being so patient.